News 3 questioning mental health and access to guns. This follows the New York City shooter identified as Shane Tamura being placed in 2 mental health crisis holds in 2022 and 2024 here in Nevada. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Marie Mortera.
And I'm Steve Wolford. Jim and Latoya are off. Metro has released documents, body cam video, and 911 calls related to their contact with Tamura. The 27-year-old had a concealed carry permit and owned guns despite those holds. News 3's Kristen Drummond is joining us now in studio with more on the reasons why Tamura was allowed to keep those weapons and even purchase more after the holds. Kristen.
So right now, these mental health holds, they're known as legal 2000s or L2Ks. They can last up to 72 hours and can be initiated by medical providers, social workers, and even law enforcement. No court order issued. A person goes into a healthcare facility where they're evaluated and then can be released. And it's not enough to prevent someone from owning or buying a gun.
L2Ks are private health records too, but they're not reportable incidents.
Questions about short-term commitments, known as legal 2000s or L2Ks in Nevada. The process to place a person on an emergency mental health crisis hold up to 72 hours. Typically initiated if someone may cause self-harm or hurt others, according to attorney Josh Tomczak, an expert in Second Amendment legal analysis.
It happens all the time where there's a very simple statement that leads to a legal 2000, and then shortly thereafter, the person is okay. That doesn't mean that that individual has a mental health defect, as the federal law reports it, or it doesn't mean that they should be precluded from owning or possessing a firearm.
He called his mom, made some statements about not wanting to be here anymore.
Okay.
This is it for him.
Gotcha.
Body camera video shows Metro Police initiating a hold for Shane Tamura, the 27-year-old who shot and killed 4 people in a New York City building before turning the gun on himself last Monday.
He did tell us he had a handgun in his bag.
Okay.
But he doesn't want to go to the hospital, so we're going to see if you guys will do an L2K.
Yeah, we'll do an L2K.
I don't want to.
Yeah, no, we'll do an L2K for sure.
First responders coming to his apartment last year. Metro Police making the application for the hold public this week following a records request by News 3 and other media. The officer writing, "I have reason to believe that Shane, if left alone, could cause serious injury to himself or death." His mother also calling 911 3 years ago to report concerns about Tamura.
And he said that he wanted to shoot himself? He said he's going to kill himself.
Tamura was taken to a medical facility twice in 2022 and 2024, but at no point did a court take away his concealed carry permit or gun.
There's a real slippery slope there that if we have a mechanism in place that prevents someone who may be expressing the fact that they may have suicidal thoughts, we want to make sure they don't hurt themselves. We don't want to take away their constitutional right.
The L2Ks, though, can lead to a judge involvement if a petition for involuntary admission is brought to the court.
They're found incompetent. That then would preclude them from owning or possessing a firearm going forward. But the legal 2000 in and of itself isn't going to.
So the state does have a criminal history repository. It's used for criminal background checks when someone purchases a gun. Now, Tomczak says a few factors would preclude someone from buying or owning a gun when reported, and those include entering a guilty plea but being considered to have a mental health issue, determined not guilty in a case by reason of insanity, and an involuntary commitment by a judge. Stephen Marie.
Well, Kristen, we'll be talking about those so-called red flag laws in just a little bit, but do we know those were aware of the gunman's history? Were there any times that a request made to remove his firearm?
It does not appear so at all. I know that is a question I did ask Metro Police, and remember that they did release all these documents to us yesterday. Nothing in there shows us that they may have even requested or petitioned the court to have those guns removed. I've also tried reaching out to Tamura's family. I've not been able to make contact with them yet, but that is certainly a question that we also want to ask them because his mother did contact 911 twice. So at any point, was she concerned and did she want that gun removed from her son? Still questions we want answered.
All right, Kristen, thank you.